Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Thingamajig's Racing channel. I'm saying that just in case this doesn't log on to the other one. I only get 60 minutes. I only get 60 now. Because I've got internet woes, and I've not got internet woes. Every time I test the internet, it's fine. But when I try and live stream, or when I tried to live stream once, it just kept cutting out. So I think for milliseconds, the internet cuts out or something. And then it just stops the stream, so I can't live stream anymore. So I'm talking to myself, to the TV, and recording it, and then having to then upload it to YouTube. So we're doing it differently. That's why it's weird at the moment. And I only get 60 minutes. So I saw the first video was like over 30 minutes. Oh dear, I've turned the wheel on. Be fine for now. So, yeah, this might be on its own, and this might be part of the other race. Hopefully it's enough time to be part of the other race, but with me explaining it is taking more time, and yes. So, we're into the second race, and Waitsy is starting on the pole. It's a reverse grid, another 25-minute race on Racing Soft Tyres in the Cayman at Spa. And Waitsy then starts from the front, but he just couldn't find the lap time in race one. So it'll be a matter of holding on for Waitsy and seeing how long he can stay ahead of the others. Ninja in second, had the pace, just a couple of small mistakes put him on the back foot. Frank as well, very much with the pace, but I think he had a large mistake and went to the back, had to fight his way back up again. The Saint is all pace. Just that last lap seemed to fall apart for him in the last race. So it'll be interesting to see how the Saint fares from fourth here. He's going to be wanting to get right up in the front there and just disappear like we saw Black Star do in race one. Bubblegum starts right in the middle of the pack. That's where he likes to be, ladies and gentlemen. Fifth. And this junior is one hell of a racer. It's where he excels, side by side with other cars. He is impressive, his racecraft. In sixth, we've got the new boy Max. And he was very, very good in the first race. We'll be excited to see how he gets on in this second race. Ginger, starting in seventh, found a bit of pace near the end of the race there and came through like a legend. And he's got a lot more cars to get past this time around. Can he do it again? Tidders on fire, started from the back of the last race and worked his way up to third. So Tidders, he's starting 2 places higher this time. Could he finish 2 places higher? You don't have to do the math. That'll make him win it. And then Carlsberg in ninth, solid drive in second place. Couldn't quite match the pace of the Black Star, but was quicker than everybody else. And Black Star starting at the back, and he has huge pace, ladies and gentlemen. It's just, can he cut through the traffic easily? So there's our players, and let us begin this 25-minute race here at Spa for, I forgot what round it is, 6, I believe. Waitsy leads them away then, and it's a go here for round 6, race 2 of the Croc Cup, and Waitsy leads Ninja away. Ninja already having a little look to see if there's anything going on the top of the hill, and Waitsy a lamb to the slaughter with the toe behind. And Ninja feeling very buoyant, very confident against Waitsy, goes for the slipstream and the inside line to try and make the move for the lead. And very later on the brakes, very much more braver than the Waitsy on the brakes there, and takes the lead. Waitsy still stays in second with the Saint having a look into it with Frank in fourth. Bubblegum, they're all very close, very tight there. Max going for a move on Bubblegum, and he makes it stick up the inside there. Beautiful stuff from the Max, and now he's on the tail of Frank, with Waitsy going a little wide there, letting Saint through, and Bubblegum looking quite erratic. Was he a bit defensive there as Frank as well? Frank's got a side on. Frank's got a huge slide on and he catches it beautifully. He has said in the comments before, the drift is for reals, ladies and gents. He's not lost the car, he just likes to drift it. So Frank showing us some of his drifting skills and mixing it up with a bubble gum, but now the drift has gone too far and he is met the other end. Ninja leads with the Saint all over the rear derriere of him. The Saint in fact looking for a way past the Ninja, and Ninja we know has good pace in this race, but the Saint, when he was on fire, he was on fire. Max is up to third and pulling away from Waitsy, who has got the Ginger, the Wexy, all up and about his busyness. And Waitsy at the moment keeping himself together, keeping a good account of his racing. But Ginger then around the outsides gets the move done, does he though, under braking? Waitsy still there, side by side through the bus stop, and Ginger does get the move done. Nearly lost to Wexy though, and Waitsy then down and into fifth. Ninja still leads from the Saint with Max closing in. Max could be a danger here, ladies and gentlemen. Beware of the Max. And Ginger is getting a bit of a race on with Waitsy. Waitsy not giving up on that fourth place, giving it his all, ladies and gentlemen. And he's not bowing down to the pressure of the mighty Rexy. He's giving it some big balls. Tidders then in sixth place with the Berg. Coming through now up to seventh. Blackstar is in eighth. Bubblegum down to ninth, unfortunately, for Bubblegum. And the Frank we saw having that spinaroo, putting him in 10th. Then we've got Ninja in the lead with Saint now under threat from the Max. The Max is coming in using the Max of the Cayman up the inside, and it's a beautiful move by Max Decky Meridius. And Ninja still leads. He's happy that the Max and the Saint are dicing it up behind him, keeps him out of the situation. But Max, second is not enough. Second is not enough. He wants the maximum. He wants to win, ladies and gentlemen. But Ninja keeping a good account of himself so far out there in the lead, doing the job he needs to do to keep it together. Beautiful stuff, but Max crawling all over the rear derriere, and Max feels he's quicker in this corner, trying to get up the inside, and he's done it, ladies and gentlemen. Max in the lead, but no, Ninja coming back under braking. Three wide virtually as Ninja leads the way through. Saint slips it up the inside of the Max there, and Max back down and into third. Great move from the Saint there, very brave, and there was no room for manoeuvre with the Ninja, and it looks like the Saint saying to the Ninja, come on, get a move on, get a move on. He's trying to push the Ninja forwards and helping him out, which is great by the Saint. You've got to say, fair play to the Saint. I like that. Max then back ahead of the Saint, and Ninja back under the threat of the Max. Ginger in fourth, with Tidders as well now in fourth, as Ginger and Tidders duke it out, and Carlsberg as well in that mix. They are fighting up and down. Max trying to find a way past the Ninja. Oh no, Ninja, no, Max has been a naughty boy, but so has the Ginger, and this is going to be good for the Saint here. Tidders is up to fourth with Ginger in fifth. We've got the Berg in sixth, Blackstar in seventh, Waitsy slipping down into eighth now with Bubblegum in ninth, and the Frank all by himself because he was drifting. This is what drifting does. It's a bad habit. You should get out of it. Ninja, half a second penalty for him. Max and the Saint, yeah, both of the leaders having those penalties hanging over him. Ninja might be safe from the Saint where he is, but Max definitely could be in trouble from the Saint that's just right behind him. Tidders as well. Stronger driver from race one. They're in fourth, looking for a win, possibly. Who knows? Ginger as well, in with a shout. Any of these could win this race, ladies and gentlemen. Any of this top 7 or 8, I'd say. Bubblegum under threat from the Waitsy. Waitsy finding a bit of pace in that car, possibly. Getting down and into it, onto the apex. Ninja still leads. That penalty, I don't know where the penalty zone is, to tell you the truth, ladies and gents. But the Saint, he looks like he's eager to get the move done before. And Maxi off of the track, having a moment. Gets back on, clambers back on. He's back, still in second place. Lost a bit of time and gained another penalty. Oh, poor Max. So that's definitely going to put Max in a very... it's going to definitely put him behind Tidders. It looks like Ginger has slipped back a little bit with Carlsberg and the Black Star all getting in personal with each other. Close and personal. Tidders has disappeared from that fight, and Ginger doesn't want to be involved in the fight here behind him with Black Star and Carlsberg. Carlsberg managing to keep that 6th place away from Black Star, but Black Star is eager to get on with this race, still in 7th on lap 3, 6-7 minutes into this race at the moment, and Black Star is seeing that lead getting further and further away. Ninja, unbelievable stuff, still in the, well, he was in the lead there up to the first 3 laps. You've got to give it to him. That was his first race, was a little unsteady, and he held that lead for a good long time. But the Saints taking it over now with Tidders in second. Ninja and Max, remember, having those penalties, it's put them back a little bit. Max getting a little help from Ginger in the braking zone. And the Berg is there, and the Black Star. Unbelievable stuff. Black Star making a move on the Berg, but the Berg's keeping that inside line for the tight hairpin they call Le Saut here, turn 1. But, yeah, so Carlsberg maintains the higher ground against Black Star in that corner. Ginger right ahead of him, and Max just ahead of Ginger. We've got the Saint in 3rd. Ninja's back up ahead of the Saint, and Tidders is now leading this race. And Tidders, we know from his work in race 1 that this is his proving ground. He really is in the zone at the moment, Tidders. And Ninja in 2nd, superb, getting back again against the Saint. Max is in trouble here. He's got some big hitters all heading in with Ginger, Carlsberg and Black Star. That's a lot of pressure from the Max. Ginger in 5th. We've got Carlsberg in 6th. Let's sit on board with Black Star as he plays with the Berg. Tidders leads from Ninja. Black Star later on the brakes, and Carlsberg still on his outside, but the move is done now. And Black Star up and into 6th ahead of the Berg. He's just got Ginger and Max ahead of him before he can start cracking on to those podium positions. Coming up to 9 minutes in this 25-minute race, and it is all still to race for. As we sit aboard Black Star's car, as he hunts himself down a Wetzy and a Max. Beautiful car control there from Black Star. The car sliding more than driving through the corners, but still keeping good control of it. It's looking very sweet in the cockpit of Black Star. Carlsberg staying with us though. Black Star unable to make any kind of mistake or error. All the time he's got Carlsberg breathing down his neck. Tidders still leads with Ninja in 2nd. Ninja having an absolute blinding race so far. And Carlsberg's having a look up the inside this time into the braking zone. Are we going to see Carlsberg appear around our outside? Oh, a penalty for Black Star there. And Carlsberg doesn't need to overtake him. He can just wait, be patient. So Ginger and Max, they get a bit of a relief there from Black Star's penalty, and the Saint slipping further away from Ninja. Ninja having a blinding one, a 32.8 for Ninja last time around, and yeah, he's really starting to find his footing in this race. Tidders leaving them behind, pulling a Black Star, they call it in the industry. So Tidders pulling away from the pack. Ninja in 2nd. We are 10.5 minutes into this race. We're not even halfway yet. The action is thick and it is fast. The Saint chasing him down for 3rd. We've got Max in 4th. Ginger in 5th. Black Star with a penalty ahead of Carlsberg. Wetzy has got himself ahead of Bubblegum. Bubblegum in a fight with the Frank at the moment. The Frank closing in and trying to find a way past Bubblegum. Side by side coming up to the corner. Bubblegum holds his ground. Beautiful. Frank's a bit wayward, but he gets that inside line and unfortunately pulls off the move. But there's Bubblegum coming back at him now. Where have we gone? But Bubblegum, unfortunately, not able to get up the side of him. But great move by Frank. Just looked like his car was totally out of control. He was squirreling around in the middle of that corner, but he pulled it off. Fantastic stuff from Frank. Great defensive drive from Bubblegum. Tried to regain that position back and still chasing down Frank, waiting. He knows Frank likes to drift in the corners, so there is always an opportunity for Bubblegum to get back again. Look, closes in on the Frank. Very nice racing between Frank and Bubblegum here. Again, Frank wanting to get that Porsche a little sideways in the corner, giving Bubblegum an opportunity. Movement at the top. Ninja slipping down into third there, with the Saint moving up and into second place. And Tidders has gone. He is leaving the building. And Ninja then in trouble with Max and Ginger all around his rear area. Max has gone for a move up the inside. Max later on the brakes. Ninja though on the apex. Ninja comes out above, comes out ahead, but Max gets a better drive out of the corner, and Max is up to third, ladies and gentlemen. Ninja slipping down and into fourth, and he's got to watch out for Ginger. Ginger looking either side of him, looking up the inside. Oh, mistimed move there from the Max on the Ninja. It seems Ninja coming back at the Max, and now we're getting a little bit of knocking and banging, and that's not what we want to see. Come on, guys. We've been absolutely cracking driving from there in, but Ninja and Max getting into it a little bit. Gives Waitsy a position, and Frank and Bubblegum also will come across Ninja. And yeah, a little bit of banging, a little bit of car door knocking is fine, but yeah, if you're taking people out of the race, it's not a great look. So Tidders out there in the lead with the Saint in second, Ginger in third, Carlsberg in fourth, and Max down into fifth now after he's coming together with the Ninja. Black Star with a penalty is closing in on Max at the moment. Waitsy is up to seventh, gaining out of the Ninja and Max incident. Frank in 8th, Bubblegum in 9th, and Ninja there is in 10th. So Tidders, absolutely phenomenal job by the Tidders at the moment as we're coming through past 14 minutes into this race. And everything's looking very tidy for our boy Tidders at the moment. Solid drive. The Saint is chasing him down though. Good points for the Saint with the Berg and Black Star further back. Black Star unable to close in on Max at the moment. Carlsberg in a good position, and so is Ginger really. So I'm saying that the big hitters are behind him, but only just. Not losing a lot of points. But the Saint chasing down Tidders, but Tidders is on fire, isn't he? He's not giving up this one. Ginger, we saw come to life near the end of the race. He takes a while to warm him up, but as soon as he's ready, it is a click, bang, bang. Carlsberg in fourth, looking at the Rexy, fancying the position, and Max as well in fifth, with Black Star in sixth. Looks like he's paid his penalty now. He's got it all to do. I'm not seeing those that pace that we saw from Black Star in the first race. Them 32s are eluding him, whilst Tidders is pulling the 31s, which proves that the clean air is everything here. Waitsy in seventh. He's been caught by the Frank, and the Frank then ready to pull some fancy moves again in his Porsche on Waitsy. Waitsy having a bit of a better race. He's not that big off, I think. Had a big to do with it. Thing is, like, I'm not a very good driver myself. I wish I was, but I'm not. I mean, I'm okay on normal cars, don't worry, you're safe. But in sim racing, I'm not as fast as I would like to be, I guess. And the thing is, when you do push to try and get that speed and you have an off, then the next time or the next few times through that same corner, you're going slower than you would normally because you don't want to have that off again. So it has a cascading effect. There is cause and effect. You have a mistake, and then from after that, you don't want that mistake to happen again. So you go easier through that corner and you compromise your lap time. So I think that's what we're seeing with Waitsy here. I think with the odd mistake from here and there. Oh, lovely save from Waitsy there. Beautiful save. I thought it was gone again. But Waitsy absolutely kept it together. He got a penalty for that. But I salute you, sir. That was a beautiful save. And then a huge off there for Bubblegum and Waitsy. Bubblegum closing in on Waitsy after Waitsy saving the car. That could have been so much worse. And now he's trying to save the position, ladies and gents. Beautiful stuff. As Bubblegum hunts him down. The Saint still in second. Carlsberg in third. Black Star in sixth at the moment. We're watching Bubblegum and Waitsy duking it out for 8th and 9th. After Waitsy making a small mistake, and we've got Ninja. He's still staying with it. He was wronged, I would say. I mean, maybe. I've not looked at it. I mean, that one needs a good looking at by the stewards, I guess. But it could have been a bit of both. Both of them could have been giving each other jip there, and they're as bad as each other. I couldn't say. So I don't want to lay blame on one or the other. Ninja came off worse, in all fairness. But yeah, it looked like there was a bit of both going on. They both need to calm down. Tidders in first at the moment, leading the way with the Saint in second, hunting him down. Then we've got Carlsberg in third, not that far behind, but Ginger always a threat, especially as we come into the later stages of the race. Ginger, he's more on form at the end of the races as we see is in early doors. Early doors, I think he likes to just take it easy, let the race pan out a little bit, see where everyone is, and then go in for the kill. Max in fifth. And will he keep that fifth? I don't know. In Ultimate Racing League, I believe, I mean, this race is 2 weeks old anyway. So, but I think you have to put a complaint in for the stewards to look at something. So if no one mentions it, Ninja or Max neither mention that, it probably won't even be looked at or assessed. Black Star then in sixth, with Frank in seventh. Bubblegum in 8th, Waitsy in 9th, Ninja in 10th. Tidders, though, at the moment, superb job. Had a great first race from the back of the grid to grab the final podium position. And I did joke at the beginning, starting 2 places higher off the grid. Would that mean he'll finish 2 places higher? And yes, is the answer to that, it seems, as we come past the 19-minute mark. And only 6 more minutes left of this race. Not even that. 5.5 more minutes left of this race. Tidders, all he has to do is do what he has been doing, because he's done it absolutely sublimely. The Saint chasing him, giving it his all now. The Saint was in a great position, wasn't he, until the very final lap. Last race. Let's hope he can keep this one together and not lose out at the end of the race. Carlsberg there in a podium position, perfect for Carlsberg, as he's leading the championship from the Saint by 2 points. So that order may have changed. The Saint may be leading this championship. Ginger in fourth, ahead of Max now. Ginger, I would say, is a threat to the podiums, but at the moment he seems to have his hands full with Max in his rear derriere. Black Star, we've not seen figure as much now. He's just taken the fastest lap. Now Black Star's on point. With 5 minutes to go, Black Star finding that pace in the Cayman in this second race. But is it too late for him to implement himself in that top 5 battle? Frank making his way up to 7th there, ahead of Bubblegum. Waitsy, as he's done his fastest lap so far, but the Ninja also has caught him up. Ninja had some good pace. What a shame for Ninja. What a shame for Ninja. Max and Ninja need to just have a hug. So Tidders Half second penalty then. Is he starting to lose a little bit here? With only 4 minutes to go of the race. Can Tidders keep this together? He's got a penalty. He's obviously pushing. He's seen Blackstar has taken the fastest lap. He only needs a couple of tenths. He did a 31.7, 2 laps in a row. So I believe he's probably pushing, ladies and gentlemen. Pushing for that fastest lap. And really, that's a very brave move. You've got to win you've got to win under your belt. Why risk it? With the Saint and the Berg not that far behind, and Ginger in 4th. We got the Max in 5th and Blackstar in 6th. Blackstar getting that fastest lap. Frank in 7th, ahead of Bubblegum in 8th. He'll be along in a minute. Just give him a sec. There you go. And he's being chased down by Waitsy, who's doing some good lap times now. He's found a bit of pace, and he's a little faster than Bubblegum at this point in the race. Ninja in 10th. He's very fast as well. He could close in on those guys. Tidders has done it all this round. Absolutely cracking drive from Tidders. Ooh, yeah, this next lap might be his final lap. In fact, I'm going to put my neck on the block and say he's just about to start his final lap, ladies and gents, in the lead of this second race. Beautiful stuff from Tidders as he crosses the line. And he'll go on to the final lap then, as the Saint chases him down, and Carlsberg getting very close now to the Saint. And we know what happened in the final lap of race 1 for the Saint, and please, no, don't let it happen again. Carlsberg getting very racy with a 31.3, but Ginger's taken the fastest lap with a 31.2. My word, these Caymans, as they get a bit lighter, are getting very nimble. Tidders, safe. He's just going to bring, is he going to go for, he shouldn't go for a fastest lap on the final lap. He should just bring this one home for the win. The Saint, though, 32.2 with Carlsberg doing a 31.3, and he's gone for the move on the Saint. The Carlsberg absolutely planting it. Final lap, and goes up and into second place. The Saint, you got to feel for the Saint now. He's down in 3rd, but Ginger going absolutely balls to the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Ginger absolutely flying, and closing in now on the Saint and Carlsberg. And Max as well finding really good pace. They're all finding really good pace at the end here in the 31s. Blackstar as well. And Frank is pulled away from Bubblegum. Bubblegum, it seems safe now. Oh, Paul Waits, he's got a penalty as well. But Bubblegum getting a good lap time that lap before, and pulling away from Waitsy. And Ninja we saw closing in, but he had a bad lap 9. So Tidders then looks like he is the man. Can the Saint pull it back against the Berg? And can Ginger get himself a podium here and the fastest lap? Ginger flying at the end of the race. We said he's one to watch come the last few laps, and here he is now giving Saint a lot, and the Saint he can't believe his luck, from dropping from 2nd in the first race down to about 5th, wasn't it? And now he's dropped from 2nd to 3rd. Can he keep it together for more to keep hold of that podium? Tidders then comes up towards the bus stop, the last corners of the race, to claim the win. A great drive from Tidders there. You have to have respect for that drive. That was beautiful stuff. Well done, Tidders. Great drive. Great drive for the win. Carlsberg, another solid 2nd place there. And Ginger just a nose ahead of the Saint coming out that corner. Max grabs 5th. Blackstar comes home in 6th. We got the Frank in 7th. Excuse me, there you go. And so Frank in 7th. Bubblegum coming home in 8th place. Stays ahead of the Waitsy. And a solid drive then from Bubblegum. Waitsy in 9th. A better race, I'd say, than the first race for Waitsy. I'd walk away from that happy with that. And Ninja in 10th. He feels like he's been hard done by But again, I'm no steward, so I can't say what happened between him and Max. It was weird. So Tidders, a great job in 2 races. Fantastic finish in first. Carlsberg coming home in second. Is that 2 races in a row? Carlsberg's grabbed that second, trying to maintain in the championship. The Ginger stealing. Someone called the police because Ginger just stole the podium from the Saint. Unbelievable drive from Rexy. The Saint in 4th. Oh, gosh, his Spa story. They're good points. They're good positions. I'd be happy with 4th any day of the week. But I'm sure from Saint's point of view, he lost positions today rather than gained. Max in 5th. Solid drive, kind of disappeared out of it after his altercation with the Ninja, and just kept it low key. Black Star in 6th. Didn't really show the pace he had in there. I think he got caught up in traffic, and he couldn't cut through the pack quickly enough to be in striking distance of the lead, and came home in 6th. Frank in 7th, doing his drift thing, and Bubblegum in 8th, with Waitsy in 9th, and the Ninja in 10th. The Ninja, oof, he'd be walking away thinking he could have had a top 3 finish here, surely. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is round 6 of the Ultimate Racing League Academy AM, the Croc Club. Croc Cup, sorry, not the Croc Club. And we're not at a holiday resort. Hey kids, let's go to the Croc Club. Here's Craig the Croc. Say hello, Craig the Croc. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the next round of the Ultimate Racing League's Academy. Tiru, peace and love. Peace and love.